Hello, wonderful freelancers. My name is Ben Walker, and I've been talking to some people on email about their freelance businesses. And I've actually just been talking to someone called Bryn. Hello, Bryn, if you're watching this. And after discussing Bryn's current Facebook business, we uncovered some things. Now, what we uncovered about Bryn is that Bryn is, I believe, a very talented creative. Bryn can do incredible work, but Bryn is facing something that many freelancers do. And it's before they have to worry about how they find clients, although it severely impacts how they find clients. And it's something that actually has a severe impact across their whole business and their ability to create a consistently profitable freelance business. And there are 4 things that Bryn and many of you out there are no doubt facing, and I want to cover those in today's video. So thing number 1, so you're not sure who you can serve with your skill set. All right, I'm going to discuss that in greater detail. Number 2, you don't understand the value of your skill set. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that you're not thinking of your skill set in terms of value or a return on investment for your clients. That's number 3. And once you've sorted all of those things out, that's the first thing you have to sort out. Once you sort all those things out, then you need a system in place to generate clients on demand who value your skill set and understand what that ROI is for their business or for them personally as well. So let's go back to point number 1. So you're not sure who you can serve with your skill set, or you think you can serve everyone with your skill set. Now let's take a step back and think about as creative freelancers, what can we do? We're writers, we're editors, we're photographers, we're developers, we're designers. We have these incredible skill sets, and there's a problem with that. All of those skill sets that I just listed and all the other skill sets that are out there, you can serve anyone with those skill sets and provide some modicum of value to those people. So you think about, as a photographer, I could literally shoot anything. There's nothing that I can't take a photo of as a photographer. As a writer, there's literally nothing that I can't, not write about. I can write about anything as a writer. As a developer, I can build anything. As an editor, I can edit anything. All of these different skill sets, you are spoiled with choice, and that is a real issue. So let's think about who can we serve with our skill sets as creative freelancers? Well, I'm going to suggest that you don't serve everyone, because that is a trap. Because what happens is that you think, all right, I can serve everyone with my skill set. I don't need those headphones. I'm not sure why they're on. You can serve anyone with your skill set. And okay, all right, I'm going to serve everyone with my skill set. And all of a sudden, you're stuck. Because if you can serve everyone with your skill set, then where do you begin with your marketing activities? Now I'm going to take a step back, and I truly believe that 80% of the success that you will experience as a freelancer is based on your marketing activities. It's not the fact that you are skilled at what you do. I have no doubt that that's true. And it's not whether or not you have a good portfolio. So I disagree with a lot of people who talk about building, successful freelance businesses, in that they say, oh, look, just build a really good portfolio. It doesn't work that way. There are a lot of people out there with really good portfolios. How are your clients going to find you? So 80% marketing. And you think from a marketing perspective, what's the first thing that we need to know when we're marketing, freelancer or otherwise, no matter what the business is that we're running? And a freelance business is a business. What do we need to know? Who are we marketing to? Who are we marketing to? What do they want? What are their goals? What are their objectives? What don't they want? What are they trying to get away from? What are they trying to escape? We have to know all of those things. And if you want to service everyone, then you can't market yourself. So here's what I'm going to suggest you do. And remember, point 1 was you're not sure who you can serve with your skill set. Choose an industry that you can serve with your skill set. Choose a niche or a particular group of people who have the same underlying goals and desires. Now, choosing a niche is a bit of a topic in and of itself, but for the time being, I'm going to suggest that you focus on an industry or a particular group of people with the same goals and desires as I just said, that you have some sort of experience with. So if you have previous part-time work or full-time work in a particular industry, move that way with your freelance work, because what's going to happen is that you have at least some insights into that industry, into that group of people, what their desires are, what their fears are, etc. So you have some sort of insight into that industry. If you don't have that to rely on, if you have any existing clients that you've worked with, I would suggest that you treat those as essentially what I call like a focus persona. So you've worked with at least just one client in the past. What was their industry? And what did you help them with? Leverage that experience to move forward. So that's the answer to question one. You're not sure who to work with your skill set? Just choose an industry and really hunker down on that industry and market to that industry. And what's going to happen is that, you're not married to that industry moving forward. A lot of, especially creators, we like freedom. We don't want to commit ourselves to one industry forever. It seems a bit dull. It seems a bit boring. We're not doing that. We're not marrying this industry. We're just focusing our marketing activities towards this one industry. And that's all we're doing. We're making progress. We're building blocks towards the goal of having, consistently paying, consistently profitable clients, with the goal of having a freelance business that serves us and our goals. Okay, now point 2 is that you don't understand the value of your skill set. Now, this is an issue that we also have as creatives, in that we're not sure why anyone would pay us anything. And that's not always true, but for a lot of people, why would someone pay me $100 an hour to develop an app for them when they can pay someone else $5 an hour? Or as a photographer, why would anyone pay me $5,000 for a wedding shoot when I know that their cousin has a camera as well and he'll just, he'll charge them, $40? So you need to take a step back and think about your value from the other party being the client. Why would they work with you over anyone else? And you need to, your value, the way that you represent your value comes through in a lot of different ways. And it's not always just the output that you're creating. So you can demonstrate your value with your communication. So communication is a huge leverage point when you're working with clients. And it's why people would pay $100 an hour versus $5 an hour, is communication alone. So your value is your ability to communicate. What else? Well, you want to be able to do good work. That sort of goes without saying. You want to have sort of a level of skill and a level of confidence that you can create a really good outcome for your client. That's proving your value. And you want to have a system in place, or a process in place. It doesn't have to be a written system, but you want to have a way of delivering your deliverables, whatever it may be, whether it's photos, whether it's an app, whether it's a design, whether it's an edited piece of work, whatever that is. You want to have a system for creating that outcome for your clients that results in a really, really nice client experience. If your client's used to working with freelancers who sort of, they'll create a bit of work here and there, they'll just send it through on email as they sort of, do the next bit, whatever it is. And then they come to you, and all of a sudden you're sitting with them at the start of the project and you're saying, all right, this is exactly how our work together is going to happen. After 1 week, you're going to receive this. In week 2, you're going to have the opportunity to provide me with feedback. In week 3, I'm going to deliver exactly what I believe you need based on the feedback that you provided in week 2. Think about that from a client's perspective, where this creative professional, this freelancer, this agency owner is saying, this is exactly how it's going to work together, and this is how we're going to do really good work together. If you could do that, you're head and shoulders above most service providers, and that's a huge step forward. And the next point that I want to make about proving your value to your clients overlaps with question number 4, or point number 4. You're not thinking of your skill set in terms of an ROI for your clients. And this is the biggest issue I see with freelancers, in that a lot of freelancers are just thinking about themselves, and not selfishly. They're thinking about themselves as far as their skill set is concerned. Now, I'm going to use a skill set, come on imagination, of a translator. Now, you think about someone who has a skill set as a translator. I want translation work. I can go to Upwork and probably pay someone $5 an hour to do that work. But now let's think about it from this point. What if I am a Russian business and I want to start selling into the US? I want to start selling into English-speaking countries. And the ability for my business to do that is worth $5 million a year to my company. I expect to make millions of dollars in revenue as a result of being able to export my products into these English-speaking countries. Now, to that client, is that translation work worth $5 an hour? Or is it worth the potential of making $5 million plus, whatever it is, it's an example, per year? And you can apply this to any skill set. So my own agency is apps and software. I've said that before. Is my value to my clients the $15 an hour that they can pay someone else? No. The value to my clients is the efficiency gains that they can now get within their business. It's the potential revenue that they can be making by releasing a new digital product into market. And now let's apply this to another industry, just, while we're on a bit of a roll here, photography. I'm a photographer and I do wedding photography and I do event photography in this example. The value that I can offer my clients in wedding photography is I'm going to take beautiful images that you will be looking at for the rest of your life, that your children will be looking at, that your grandchildren will be looking at. And you have one opportunity for this marriage to capture that moment. And you only get that one opportunity. So what's the value for that? Is it $500? Is it $700? Don't get me wrong. To some clients, it may only be that much. They may only have that much money. But I can guarantee that there are clients out there who are willing to pay $5,000 or more to get that right, to have someone say to them, look, this is a unique opportunity. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you have to get these images correct. I want to help you capture this moment to its fullest, and to work with me, it only costs $5,000 to capture this incredible once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you'll be able to share with your kids and grandchildren, just $5,000. There are people out there who are more than willing to pay that money. You can apply that to any skill set. If you would like me to apply this logic to your skill set, pop it in the comments below. Now, finally, the last point that I made is that you don't have a system in place to then find clients who see clear value with your skill set. Now, I talked about focusing on the industry, and I talked about how to determine your value to that industry as far as a return on investment for them. Once you've done that, what you've essentially created is marketing copy, because you have some idea of what that industry wants. You've also created a persona. So you've created a marketing persona, a user persona of the people that you should be targeting for your marketing. And then you can use outreach methodologies, which I won't go into great detail in this video because it's a huge topic. And you can use those outreach methodologies. You can use advertising methodologies to specifically target those people. And you can touch on the points. You can touch on what happens if these things go wrong? What happens if you choose the wrong wedding photographer for your wedding? What if you choose the wrong translator for this product you want to export into English-speaking countries? What's the downside to that for your business? What's the downside to that for your wedding and for your kids and for your grandkids? So your ability to effectively communicate your value, and which is marketing, to market to your target audience, to your industry, to your wherever you think your clients are that are willing to pay for your services, is 10x more effective because you understand their desires and you understand their fears. So this all started with me identifying with Bryn and with many other freelancers these fundamental points that they must cover to create a consistently profitable business. And I'm going to recap them here. So you're not sure who you can serve with your skill set. Now remember, I told you, just find an industry and ideally be an industry that you have some sort of experience with. Don't overthink it. You're not marrying this industry. It's giving you focus and nothing more. That's it. It's just giving you focus. Second, you don't understand the value of your skill set. Remember, your skill set is much more than the output that you can create as a skilled person, as a creative. It's much more than that. Your skill set is the experience that you create for your client. Your skill set is the ability to translate what your client wants into a deliverable, into an outcome. And your skill set, which covers point 3 as well, is an ROI for your clients. What's the return on investment if you get this thing right for your clients? What's the potential upside to them, to their business, to them personally? And when you think about your skill set and your value in that way, it's almost impossible to want to charge $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour, because the value that you can provide is exponentially higher than those numbers. Finally, you don't have a system in place to find clients who see clear value from working with you. And what happens is that once you understand your value, once you understand the people that you can service with your skill set, the industry, the niche, the group that have these similar desires, all of a sudden you have compelling marketing copy. You understand their desires, you understand their fears, their barriers, their goals. Once you have those things, you can lean on many different marketing strategies to then do outreach to those people, to market to those people, and to build, as a result, a very profitable freelance business. I hope this video was useful. Thank you for the prompt, Bryn. I really appreciate it. This affects many more freelancers than just you. This is something that we as creatives, we as freelancers, we must solve. And we want to solve this very early in our businesses. We want to understand the value that we have very early in our businesses so we can hunker down and focus on our marketing efforts and build a really nice pool of clients that we can work with. If you found value from this video, I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe to the channel. I love teaching. I love sharing these insights with freelancers. The freedom and the income that freelancing can provide to people is an incredibly life-changing thing, and I want to help you and other freelancers achieve that for yourselves. So support the channel, support me, and I will very much appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video that I create just to help freelancers create profitable businesses.